We got some cornerback options, man, coming out in this draft as well, man. Some of the top dudes, man. Obviously, you got your Joey Porter Jr. You got the connection here with his pops playing here. Devin Witherspoon, and then Christian Gonzalez, the cat out in Oregon. Man, if you could, man, what are your thoughts on those dudes, man? If you watched any of them, man, how you feel about those guys?
Yeah, the one I think is the most fluid. I mean, they're all good corners. I feel like they're all going to fit well in the NFL. The one I feel like is the most fluid, most like natural looking corner is Christian Gonzalez. And I'm not putting them like way above Joey Porter, because between Joey Porter Jr. and Christian Gonzalez, they're pretty much very even to me. They just have different play styles.
Okay.
Like Joey Porter's is very long, and Christian Gonzalez has size too, but he has like that athletic kind of movement type build of a corner. You know, Porter, not saying Joey Porter can't move as well, because his technique is superb for the size he's at. Like watching his press technique and him flip out of his hips for the size he is, you could tell he has like that
talk that talk.
Yeah, he has that NFL background gene of getting coached properly at a young age to study the game. Because I'm watching, you know, as a corner, I'm not watching these dudes coming up in there just making tackles and jumping routes. I want to see like the footwork and
your fundamentals.
Breaking on the route. Like if they're standing up at the top of their break, you know what I'm saying, on the break and then making a play, you know what I'm saying? It looks like a highlight, but I'm like, in NFL, that doesn't work.
Thank you, bro. I'm going to say that is not going to fly, bro.
Yeah, if you're T-planting and you're standing straight up and you're not going forward, that's a loss of a step. Like, that's a loss of a step. That's a catch, and that's a stiff arm, and that's a 30-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it's like in the NFL, that's why I can't watch college too much. But I want to see what the guys do at the level where that's more critical on detail. But yeah, Christian Gonzalez, man, he moves so fluid. Like watching his press, watching his off coverage. Like I like to see corners picking the ball out the air, not in the receiver, not knowing they're coming. You know, and like that's an understanding of routes and combinations of concepts, and that's important in the league. You know, that allows coach to grab that player and allow him to be youthful and yet be in the game and be effective. You know, because if you can't understand the X's and O's of the game, you're not going to last long in the league. You can get drafted first round and be not too football IQ-ish, but they'll give you a 4-year pass, 3-year pass. After that, you're out of there. And maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's 2 years.
You know, they move on quick, boy. Ain't that true?
Yeah, they move on quick. And Joey Porter, he's so long, man. His confidence. I love his confidence. He's so long. His technique is superb as well. And the Devin Witherspoon dude, out of all of them, I feel like he's gonna be more of like a nickel.
Yeah, Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be more of a nickel. But the only thing I feel like he needs to sharpen up on is maybe like his tackling. I see a lot of tackling like with shoulders.
Oh yeah, he big kid dude.
The NFL stuff, the NFL stuff, like these dudes aren't like it's different. Like, you know, a lot of stuff people in college you playing because they still fresh out of high school, and you see guys getting out leveraged. And you see 3 guys on side of one block and out on the other side.
Some like, bad stuff be going on, bro.
Yeah. So when you see these 1-on-1 battles and guys breaking into open field, these are big people you got to tackle. And if you don't wrap them up properly and get these hands bruised up and using shoulders, you're gonna get banged up off of them. So for him, I just feel like if he sharpens that up, he'll be a good inside corner. But I feel like they'll put him in the slot early on just because of his physicalness. They'll be able to sharpen all that other stuff up.
Okay.
As long as he's willing to, you know.
Okay.
So how you ranking him? You got Gonzalez 1?
That's what I was over here. I'm about to say, like, yo, where you at there?
How you ranking him? You got Gonzalez at 1 then?
Yeah, I got Gonzalez definitely going at 1. There's no question. With his footwork, he's going to kill it at the combine because he already has fluid footwork. And I was watching him do like these couple speed turns on his fade route.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't lose a step. And that's not easy to do, to be fluidly flipping your hips as a corner, like check like on his face, like chest to chest, and then flip his hips fluidly to where his chest is back to the quarterback, and then catch it in stride. Like there wasn't one stride broken.
Filthy.
And there wasn't one stride broken. He's doing this during the game, and he picked it off and returned.
He low-key went to the crib. I know the play you talking about. He went to the crib. Yes.
And that's not an easy play to make, and that's a common play in the NFL. Very common play in the NFL. And like seeing him do that a lot and picking off plays in cover 3, that means he understands the game. He has fluid. I mean, he's been coached properly as a DB because he has fluid footwork, and all of his hips and breaks, his shoulders are leaning forward. Like everything looks fluid. If he doesn't go first, it's probably because he ran a 4.6 or 4.7. But
he got to stake it up at the combine to drop.
there's no way in the world that's gonna happen. And I mean, I don't really watch the combine stuff. I don't really need to, but for the most part, he's definitely going first round. Porter's going first round, maybe Witherspoon, but those are definitely two good corners, man. Porter and Gonzalez. I would want Porter to go to Pittsburgh just so he can keep the tradition there, you know.
Okay.
So you got Gonzalez, Porter, and then Witherspoon in that order.
Yeah, in that order. Yeah.
Okay. And I like how you brought up with Witherspoon. So when I looked at those dudes, man, when you said with Witherspoon potentially being a slot guy early on, I can see what you're saying right there, man. I like. See, this is why I needed you, baby, because you could talk that talk. You talk that talk. You feel me? Like I could hear you. I low key, cause I was like, yo, he in his zone right now. He was like, yo, man, you see when you flip turn like this and you get the eyes back and them chest to chest. I got the head back. I'm like, oh yeah, he going to work.
I got my head on.
I said he going to work right now, son.
You already know. I tap into my knowledge, man. With it, I love speaking like just knowledgeable ball, man.
No question. Now I did want to ask you another thing though, man. And this is more so with Joey Porter and Gonzalez. Man-to-man scheme or zone scheme for those two dudes, or do you think they're able to do both at the same high level?
I think they're able to do both. I feel like they need to be in the schemes. I feel like Gonzalez will be able to fit into a scheme that if there is more man, he'd be straight. I feel like Porter needs to be in a scheme where you allow him to be like, hey, man, give me some zone and give me some man. Like, that's the one thing about, like, Bradbury, too. I feel like they're around the same height.
Yeah, long like corners,
Bradbury, yeah, so Bradbury's gonna he'll do well in just a man concept. He doesn't want to, no corner wants to just play man the whole game. It's like, but I feel like with those two style of players, they'll definitely flourish in like a good defense that is man zone, good mixture of plays. Any corner will, but because of their abilities and skill and traits already at a young age, if you want them to excel fast and early, you put them in a system like that. But Gonzalez, I feel like if you throw him in their system early with man, he'll be straight. But again, I don't know Porter personally, man. And like I say, he's being coached from an NFL player also who knows the game. You know what I'm saying? He knows the game, and he's been around players that know the game as well in that position.
But I say we saying he's been around the facility getting his work in. But I say we peaked it. Yeah,
exactly. And that edge kind of, you get an extra chip on your shoulder, and not even just for being first round, because he has something to prove. Because he wants to prove something to his father, I feel like even more. Like he has to earn a name for himself. His father already earned a name for himself. So I feel like Porter's going to come in and surprise a lot of people when it comes to man coverage. Because he already does. He already plays well man coverage in college. And like I said, I don't like watching the college stuff. I want to see the pro stuff. I want to see the real games. I want to see the games that matter, like that really, really matter. Like college matters in college, but pro is where the big games matter.
Absolutely.
Like every Sunday. So I feel like he's gonna make some surprises, man. He's gonna make some surprises with his height and size. I feel like both of them are gonna be just good. They're just gonna be good corners for a good long time.
Nah, respect.
Yeah.